Hey guys, welcome everybody. Hey everybody, welcome again. Great to see some faces. Hey guys, hello, welcome. Okay, I'm just letting everybody in. Oh wow, we have some names from the other day. This is awesome. Hey everybody. Okay, we've got more people waiting. Wow. Okay, there's quite a lot of people coming and everybody is on time. So this is really good. I'm really happy. Thank you for coming on time. Hey Stig. We've got Parisa. I'm just checking some of the names from last time. Okay, cool. We've got more people coming in. All right, I hope everybody's had a great day. I'm just going to let the people in right now. So we'll just wait like maybe 1 or 2 minutes, and then I think we will probably start. So if you remember last time we studied cleft sentences, and cleft sentences we use them to emphasize, to add passion, and also we use them to draw the listener's attention and their focus on like a certain bit of a sentence. So I just wanted to like remind you of that because it's a really useful piece of grammar. Okay, we've got some more people coming in. I'm just letting everybody in. Thank you for being patient. Okay, great. Okay, cool. So I'm hoping we're gonna have like the same amount of people as last time. It would be good. And I know that last time a few people joined late, but that's not a problem. Okay, cool. All right, good. Okay. All right, so I think everybody knows who I am. If you didn't come last time, and for some strange reason you don't know who I am, my name's Andy. I'm an English teacher. I've taught, over 1,000 students. Um, got a really good success rate. I was extremely lucky to be taught an amazing methodology, which I've then adapted and changed and essentially made better. Okay, I think we've got quite a lot of people in there here now. Okay, and also I think I've disabled the thing on the whiteboard where people can draw. So sorry if you guys wanted to be Vincent van Gogh. I don't think we will have the opportunity for that today. Um, okay, cool. So yeah, I just wanted to remind you the goal of these classes. So it's really about that super promise. And these three classes are going to help you understand your level. They're also, I'm going to give you a vehicle to help you achieve the best level of speaking English in any goal. Business, traveling, playing with people on online games like Counter-Strike, that. And I also wanted to remind you we've got one more event on Friday, so make sure you come to that. There's going to be another chance at the end of this lesson. I will ask you to put your emails in again, and you'll have a chance to win the free gift. And just a little bit more on the vehicle that I was talking about, how you can practice your English speaking at a high level. Um, I'll talk about a little bit more that a bit more later on. But yeah, that's the goal of these, to help you understand your level and to give you a vehicle so you can practice English at the highest level for any goal. And I guess the main thing that my what I want, oh, and I'm just letting 4 or 5 people in, sorry. So yeah, the main thing is I want you guys to be like some of my students. Like I told you last week about Dasha, who she didn't have a lot of time and she didn't have a lot of money. And then she spent 3 lessons a week practicing speaking with me. And now she lives in the Netherlands. She studies at university. She's transformed her life and she's achieving her goals. We also spoke about my student Simone, who procrastinated and then came back to me in 6 weeks, 6 months' time and hadn't made any progress. And then her and I worked together. we did regular speaking practice, and now works in a global IT company. Um, let's talk about today's grammar. I think so. What we're going to do is I'm going to teach you a bit of grammar. I'm then going to get one of my students to come into the lesson, and I will give you an example of what a speaking class can look like. So I will ask my student questions using the grammar that we study now. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to share on the screen this here for you guys. And let's take a look at the whiteboard. So yeah, like I said, I've managed to disable the annotations. So sorry, I don't think you guys are going to be Vincent van Gogh today, but it's okay, or Picasso. All right, so let's take a look at this grammar. I'm going to tell you a story, and this is a true story from my childhood. Let's have a look. When I was young, let's say I think I was 12. When I was 12, I would wake up every Saturday at 7 a.m. I would, and guys, remember that you can zoom in and out on the whiteboard if you need to. So you have those controls if you want to make it bigger or smaller. So when I was 12, I would wake up every Saturday at 7 a.m. I would eat breakfast, and then my dad would take me to football training. I would play for around 2 hours, and I wouldn't want to leave. After my dad and I would go to my favorite Italian restaurant. Okay, so this is a true story about me. So, is this something I did one time? Write your answer in the chat. Is this something I did one time? Write your answer in the chat. Write yes if it's one time. Write no if it's many times. Is this something I did one time? What do you guys think? So yeah, if it's something I did one time, write yes. If it's something that I did many times, write no. Someone's put, I guess, yes. So let's have a look. Every Saturday. Every Saturday. So I did this many times. This is a repeated action. And yes, Paris, you're right. No, it's not something I did one time. It's something I did many times. So the key here is every Saturday. We can see it's every Saturday when I was 12. No, actually, I went to the Italian restaurant many times. This whole story here, I did many times. Now, that means, what is this? We have would plus V1. 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 We have wouldn't plus V1. And then we have would plus V1. So this is something that I did many times in the past. So it's would or wouldn't plus V1. We use it to talk about a repeated action that we did many times in the past, like this. So this is something that is super useful. You can use this in your personal life. You can use this in your business, career life as well. I will show you some examples of that happening. So that's it. That's all we need to remember. The structure is super, super simple. It's would or wouldn't plus V1, and it's a repeated action that we did many times in the past. Now, you might be thinking, well, what is the difference between used to and would? Now, we sadly we don't really have too much time to talk about that today, but we will talk about that in the future, maybe on Telegram or on Instagram. So just remember that used to and wouldn't plus V1 are very similar, but not quite the same. Okay, so let's do a worksheet together. Um, I'm going to share it on the screen and let's take a look. So again, this is another true story about me, and it's something that I did many times in the past. And sorry, guys, I'm just letting a couple of other people in too. Okay, so remember to zoom in and out if you need to. So let's do number one. So because this is actually super simple grammar, and this is one story. This is one story about me when I was younger. So when I was younger, I never want to go shopping with my parents. So we know it's would or wouldn't plus V1, and it's would. And actually, we have V1 already in there. So when I was younger, I would never want to go shopping with my parents. However, because I was so young, every time my parents wanted to go shopping, they wouldn't want to leave me home alone. I was too young. I was too young, and they wouldn't want to leave me home alone. So as I do this exercise, think of the answers with me. It's not the best for you to type it, but just think here. Okay, so number three. As we were preparing to leave, I would do everything I could stop them from taking me. Number four. I would say that I was sick. I would cry. It's a true story. I would cry. And I would sometimes hide. Uh, and 1 second, guys. I think the Zoom whiteboard is having a little problem. Sorry, I'm just trying to fix this. I think it's just loading. Okay, so it seems that we have like a little problem with the Zoom whiteboard. I'm just going to close it and then I will reopen it for everybody. And I think it's going to fix it. It's just loading. Okay, it's just loading, guys. Sorry about this. Zoom seems to be having like a bad day at the office and it's not working properly. Mm, mm. Maybe it's internet, but I don't think so. Let's just take a look. Okay, so I think Zoom has finally loaded. I'm really sorry, guys. Just give us like 1 second. There seems to be a problem with the Zoom whiteboard and it's not working. Mm. Okay, don't worry. Let's forget about the Zoom whiteboard and I'm going to take us to a document. So sorry about that. Okay, all right, we are back. So yeah, Zoom whiteboard, they've got like a new whiteboard and it keeps having problems. So let's go back to this. So remember, would or wouldn't plus V1 to for a repeated habit that we did many times in the past. So when I was younger, I And I'm just going to go through this quickly because I know that we've already done it. I would never want to go shopping with my parents. So already this word never, it shows that it's something, a possibility many times, not one time. They wouldn't want to leave me home alone. I would do everything I could stop them from taking me. Okay, and then we're back on number 4. I would say that I was sick. I would cry, and I would sometimes hide in different places around the house, but they would always find me. So again, we have these words sometimes and always. So these show us that it's not just one time. And hello to the people that just joined the group. Today we're looking at would or wouldn't plus V1, and we use it to talk about something we did many times in the past. And when I say something, I mean a repeated habit. Okay, number 5. However, when we got to the supermarket, I found that the experience wouldn't be so bad. My parents would let me choose any sweets that I wanted, and let they would let me eat them as we went around the shop choosing what we needed. So that's true. When I was in the supermarket, I used to eat the food before we got to the checkout, to the cashier. And then when we would get to the checkout, the cashier would always smile and say something nice to my parents. I would always try to avoid going shopping with my parents until I was about 14 years. Then at 14 years old, it's okay. They would let me stay home. They trusted me. I just play PlayStation, really. Okay, so that's an example where I'm telling you a story about something that I did many times in the past using would or wouldn't plus V1. There's also here, I have a more business career example. So just before I close this document, please take a screenshot if you need to. Please take a photo because this is a good example of would or wouldn't plus V1. So yeah, just take a screenshot, take a photo. No problem if you don't, because I will send it into the Telegram later. It's not a problem. Okay, I'm just going to share one more document, and it's here. So in this document, we can see that this is more about our career and our job. And I'll read it to you. Take a photo, take a screenshot. Don't worry, I can send it to you after if you need it. It's okay. In my previous job, I would often work with a team of different professionals. We would talk about and look at complex data, trying to find new solutions. I would often lead meetings and show our results to senior managers. My teammates would share their skills, and together we would solve problems and achieve great results. We would regularly have brainstorming sessions to be creative and work as a team. I would also travel to conferences and events to meet new people and expand our network. Overall, my previous job would always challenge and inspire me, helping me to grow both personally and professionally. So that's an example of somebody talking about their previous experiences in their career, some things that they did many times. And we can use this in a job interview. This is super useful for you in a job interview. I'm sure there's loads of you who want English for your career. And if that's the case, you will need to have a job interview at some point, and you will need to tell the interviewer about something that you would do many times in the past. So yeah, this is a good example of somebody talking about that. Take a screenshot, take a photo. Don't worry, I can send it to you after. It's really, really not a problem. Okay, what I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna get my student to come to this lesson, and I'm just gonna talk with my student about their English learning experiences. And we will, if you listen closely, I will ask questions using would or wouldn't. So just think about that. When I'm speaking to my student, listen for me asking her about things she would do many times in the past. And you you will get a real life example of me using it. Okay, I'm just sending her the link, guys. Just give me 1 second. Okay, she's seen it. I think she's going to come in. Okay, cool. So yeah, like I said, I'm going to speak to my student. Some of the questions I will use would or wouldn't plus V1. Okay, and I'm just letting her in now. Okay. Or
Hey,
Irina. Hey, Irina, can you hear me?
yes. Hello,
Hey,
everybody.
hey everyone. This is my student Irina. Um, so Irina, I'm just going to ask you some questions, and we'll just talk about your experience learning English. Is that okay?
Yep, yep, I'm ready.
Nice. So, I've just been teaching the students would or wouldn't plus V1, which we studied a few weeks ago in our lesson. So, what I will do is I'll try to ask you some like would or wouldn't questions as well, like that. So, I guess, Irina, so did you started studying English in school, right?
Yes, but it was not so good experience. I would say I started learning English when I joined a discussion club with a native speaker. It pushed me to learn language with a person who speaks it and pushed me to enjoy learning.
Oh wow, okay, that's really so in school, like how many lessons would you have a week?
We would have like once uh, one class per week or so.
Okay. Well, just one class a week.
Yep.
It's not a lot, is it, really?
Yes, it wasn't enough.
Okay, okay. And then when you started going like into speaking groups and like studying privately, how often would you study at the start?
Also, once per week, but um, we would speak more, much more, because it was a small group, like five, six people,
Hmm.
not 30, 35 as we had in classes at school. And it was much more efficient, and we had a chance to practice real English instead of just learning text by heart or translating some stuff from books.
So is it fair to say that you think it's important to like practice the grammar that you've learned in speaking situations?
Hmm.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah. What would you say practicing speaking has been like has sped up your process? Has it increased the speed that you've learned English?
Uh, yes, in two ways. It would it help me to break boundaries, like break this barrier to speak, and um also, I started watching movies and series in English with subtitles in my native language at first, and then I changed to English subtitles or without subtitles at all. And now I generally watch videos, series movies, everything in original, in English or other languages I learn.
Okay. And just tell us like how English, like what you've used English for. So like career, traveling, things like that. How's it changed your life, I guess, is my question.
When I was a child, my father would always tell me that learning English is very important. It can help me to find a good job, to find friends all over the world. And right now, I'm working in an international IT company. All my colleagues have different native languages. My mother tongue is Russian, and now I live in Bulgaria and travel a lot. And not a surprise, common language is mostly for everybody is English, especially at work.
Okay, okay. And I think, I mean, that's it really. I just wanted to demonstrate to everybody here like a little bit usage of would and wouldn't, and you answered those like perfectly and used the grammar perfectly,
I
which
tried.
is yeah, yes. And what's your plans for the future for English?
Continue learning English, I hope, with you because you're the best teacher. I had
Oh,
experience with different native speakers, and I would say that Andy has the best approach how to teach people, how to make it interactive and interesting, not boring at all.
oh, Irina, thank you so much. That's so nice of you to say.
Yes, it's from my heart, not an advertisement.
Yeah, I didn't pay you to say this. Okay, Arena, that's it then. So I guess I'll see you at our lesson tomorrow.
Yep.
Okay, all right, awesome. Well, thank you so much. And I know these guys found it useful, so cheers.
Bye bye. Good
All
evening,
right.
everybody.
Yeah, yeah, see you later, Arena. Bye. Okay, guys. So yeah, that was my student Arena. And I think you would have heard that I asked her some would or wouldn't plus V1 questions about things that she would do repeatedly many times in the past. So I asked her, how often would you study in school? So I'm asking how many times did they do that in a week like that? Um, so yeah, I think Arena is a great example of the super promise that I always tell my students, like this ability to speak English at the highest level and use it to achieve your goals. Whether it's like in business to get the job that you want, to get the money that you want, to feel great when you're in presentations or you're doing speeches. She also uses it for traveling. Like she always tells me how great she feels when she's traveling, when she can speak to anybody from all over the world. And yeah, she's a really good example, and she's also a great example of how regular speaking practice can improve your English very quickly and give you the progression you need to reach and achieve those goals. So I guess, like I said on Monday, I've taught you some grammar, but the way we need to remember it and to automate it and to get it stuck inside our heads is to practice it in speaking. That's the main thing. And, recently I've started talking about this idea of a speaking community. And a speaking community is great because for people who don't have much time, so I know that it's the 21st century, we don't have much time here. I certainly don't have as much time as I would like to do many things. So a speaking community is really good because it has the flexibility to be able to call somebody like really whenever you want. If you have many people in a speaking community and you have a free 10 minutes, maybe you have a cancellation with a meeting, you can just look in the community, see who's online, and see if they want to practice English for 10 minutes. So a speaking community, it really solves that problem with time. Then I think a lot of people think about what a speaking community does is it increases the interactions. So when you are speaking with people, you are learning cultures, you're learning how to communicate, but you're increasing things like fluency. So interacting with people helps us practice and increase fluency. What I mean by that is it means you can answer questions and respond super, super quickly inside a conversation or a meeting. Nobody wants to be slow. Somebody asks you a question and then it takes you a while to respond. That's one thing. Also, speaking communities and the idea of a speaking community, I believe that they are good when it's a teacher who understands their students, understands the level, and understands the goal. That's what Jana was saying in Monday's lesson, that it's really important for a teacher to know the level of a student and to know their goals and the plan. Because if they don't, they can't help you. They really can't help you. And you will end up in low quality classes and you won't be progressing. The teacher won't understand you. You won't have a great relationship with them. And really, a speaking community works because it enables you to have regular, consistent speaking practice, and this is practicing the grammar that you've learnt. So if you leave today's lesson and you don't practice would or wouldn't plus V1 in a speaking environment, you're probably going to forget it. You're probably going to forget it. And then in 6 months, you won't have made any progression. So that's why this speaking community works. And that's why my lessons have helped over like 1,000 people, because I teach them, then they practice it in speaking, and we keep practicing it until it's automatic in our heads. And the next thing you know it, you're speaking like a native, you're working in New York, and you feel great, you've got lots of money, and you've achieved your goals. That transformation. Um, okay, I think we are kind of coming to the end of today's lesson. What I did want to say is that I have been speaking a lot about a speaking community, and I have some great news that I'm actually preparing one for you guys. So I will give more information soon, but we are preparing a speaking community, and it's going to help you solve problems like no time, no money, poor quality lessons. We will remove that, and the speaking community is something that will help you transform and achieve your goals and speak at the highest level in the quickest and most efficient way and progress like that. So yeah, the big news is my team were building a speaking community, and I will give you more information about it in Telegram and on Friday's free lesson as well. Before we go, I need people to put their email addresses into the chat so I can put you into the competition for today's lesson. So I think Sophia won Monday's competition. It's a free one-to-one mentorship. It's about $500, £500. This one's completely free for Sophia. I will help her understand her level, and I will give her specific advice based on her goals. So congratulations, Sophia. So everybody, please put your email addresses into the chat, and my wonderful team member Ed will take them, and then we will enter you into another competition. Okay, cool. So I'm just checking with Ed that he's collecting everything and he's getting them. Okay, yeah. So, and just give me some feedback. I really want to know what you guys thought about today's lesson, today's grammar. Was there anything that I can improve on? I'm just going to go through the chat now and making sure that everybody's put their emails in. Okay, yeah, we've got lots of emails in. Yeah, somebody asked about the difference between used to and would plus V1. I'll talk about it in the future. We didn't really have time for it today, but I'll talk about it in the future. So Farid, the difference between used to, we'll talk about it in the future. The main thing today is to remember that would or wouldn't plus V1 is to talk about a repeated action we did many times in the past. Thank you very much, Alexandra. Thank you. I'm really glad that you guys found it useful. So yeah, please in the Telegram, just write me a little review. I'll put a message in there. I'm going to go watch, hopefully, England win against the Netherlands now. So come on, England, if there's any football fans here. Yeah, keep putting your email addresses in if you haven't. Thanks for all the great feedback, guys. And remember, the big news from today is that. Oh, sorry, 2 seconds. Yeah, remember the big news from today is that we are preparing a speaking community. And the speaking community, it is there to help you transform your life. If you don't have enough time, you don't have enough money, you don't get enough speaking practice to make the progression you need to achieve your goals, this will fix it. I will give you more information about my speaking community tomorrow and in Friday's lesson. Yeah, I agree, Sophia. Speaking communities are awesome, so, so good, and we really need it. We really need it for that progression. Um, Somebody said they had never heard about today's grammar. Yeah, it's a really useful one. And if you use today's grammar, it sounds so natural, really, really natural. Okay, cool. All right, I think that's enough for now. Okay, I think let's finish, guys. So yeah, tomorrow, more news about my speaking club coming. It's gonna help you so much. Yeah, I'm looking forward to telling you about it, Emma, too. And I'll see you guys on Friday. Remember, 7 o'clock on Friday. And yeah, that's it really. Okay, cool. If anybody wants any of the screenshots, just message me on Telegram and I can send you the documents from today's lesson. I didn't keep them on the screen for a long time, so I'm sorry about that. And also, we will announce the winner from today's competition tomorrow. So, yeah, I will tell you the winner from today tomorrow. All right, let's finish, guys. Thanks to everybody that came again. Thanks to the new people, and I'll speak to you all soon. All right. All the best. Take care. Bye.